of the fighter plays into people's perception, I guess is what I'm saying. Because people Teofimo Lopez. If Teofimo Lopez wins a vacant belt, people would be like, wow, that's awesome,
like you said,
it's because
they're
Luke
guys
Campbell
that we know. Yeah, it's because of guys that we're more familiar with. You definitely got a point there. It's definitely we're familiar with these guys. So, of course, like you said, anybody would be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'd be like, yeah, he's the WBC champion. But when it's Luke Campbell, you're like, he's not a real champion. That's Lomachenko's belt.
The UK fans, the UK fans are going to be commenting,
You're just holding it for him.
That's what people will say.
He's temporarily holding it.
I'm not making it up. That's how people react.
Keeping it warm for him.
It's the same thing with Jose Pedraza wins the belt, and everybody's like, oh, he's just keeping that warm.
Just
keeping that warm. That's what they say.
It's like, hold my belt.
Hold my beer. It's heavy right now. I have too many. Hold one for me, please. Please hold one for me.
That's going to be a shirt. Hold my belt. I only got 2 shoulders.
Did you see kind of this pose? He's like this with like the belts on him.
I think my favorite picture like that is actually Usyk's picture after he won.
God,
where he's like got him all out on his couch and he's got the Ali trophy on his table.
Oh my God, I love Usyk.
that was dope.
Have you guys seen Usyk? It's like he's like shadow boxing to Eminem.
Yeah.
I love that. So fucking funny.
I'm so sad that fight fell.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah. I wanted to. He hurt his biceps, so he's not going to be able to make his heavyweight debut.
Yeah. So where were they going to fight at?
Maryland.
Maryland, yeah.
That was not.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Who pitched that? Like 2 guys that are not from the U.S. Maryland.
Not even people who are from Maryland would go to fight in Maryland.
Yeah, they're so
insane. What is it to do in Maryland?
Watch boxing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought Chris was gonna be like the most sad person to see this fight get postponed, but no, Lily, you're a big fan, big fan.
I'm a big fan of Usyk. I love him so much. Not like Roman, but I love him as a fighter. I think he's great. Like I love everything about him. But I was excited to see him how he was gonna show up to the heavyweight division. I love that he was like at first initially he was going for was it Povetkin?
Yeah, Povetkin.
So it's like that's good. Like how are you, like slow the fuck down, bro. Yeah. He's not like taking the Fury route, like nothing against Fury. Who are you gonna fight on ESPN? But or Top Rank? But he's
that's actually a really smart move. For
he's going like. Yeah. He's going to names that we know. And I guess they're like, oh, well, no, Povetkin said no. Well, I guess I'll take Takam. Like, of course we know Takam's not who he used to be. He's definitely not in his prime anymore. But it's still a name we know and that we're familiar with. And we've seen him with some of the best. So I'm like, I like that. Yeah. Like, I thought that was very, very cool. So it sucks. It sucks.
I think Tyson Fury's play is to become ranked number 1 so that he becomes the mandatory for Anthony Joshua's title. So, like, even though everybody goes, who's this guy? The truth is by beating him, he's going to move up in the rankings.
Yeah.
Right? And when he moves up in the rankings, suddenly he'll become number 1. They're going to mandate a match with Anthony Joshua. And then they'll have to go to purse bid between those 2 guys. So it's the climbing the rankings is actually a really smart thing for him to do.
Yeah. That's where the politics are going to come in.
Huge in the UK, man.
Yeah.
Wembley.
Yeah, it'd be like Klitschko versus Joshua.
Damn. Yeah. To get all his belts back. Right? Those are his belts.
Yeah,
like Joshua just keeping them warm.
I'm meaning he never lost those in the ring, right? So those are all the belts that he has are the belts that, you get to see that. So I think moving up the rankings is really, or that's the play. You're fighting guys so you can move up the rank, right?
So what do you guys think about Anthony Joshua against Andy Ruiz?
I do have one comment on the whole situation. Okay, I remember when I saw that Breazeale versus Wilder got made. And I was like watching the press conference and I saw that he's like, oh, my trainer, Virgil Hunter. And I'm like, holy shit, like he left Manny Robles. I'm like, damn. I'm like, another guy that left Manny. Holy shit. I'm like, damn, that sucks. Like he missed out on a payday. And now he has Andy Ruiz who will be fighting Joshua and getting that payday. And in my opinion, of course, I don't think Andy's going to win. But honestly, he has a way better chance at looking good against Joshua for a couple of rounds than Breazeale has at all against Wilder.
So?
I think Breazeale folds like a chair in under 3 rounds. Yeah. Now Ruiz, I think if you saw the Parker fight, most people think he won the Parker fight. I thought he won. In his hometown, he went up over there. He showed him some good shit. He has really good hand speed. People say, "Oh, he's fat, whatever." I don't know if you guys how long have you guys been seeing Andy? He actually is way slimmer. Andy is way slimmer than he used to be. He used to be kind of chomp. He used to be chomp. Now he's slimmer. He's doing strength and conditioning with the Andy kid from the same with Munguia and Leo's conditioning guy.
Aguilar, right? Andy Aguilar.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Mm-hmm. He's a really cool guy, but that's what I'm saying. He has hand speed. He brings more to the table to at least look nicely against Joshua and not, he's never been knocked out. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he has way of a better shot and to look good, because let's say most people are counting him out, let's be honest. Mm-hmm. But if he looks good, like he said, is the way you lose, is the way you get exposure, because he's been all over the place. Andy has been with Abel Sanchez, left Abel Sanchez, and then he was with Top Rank at the time, left Top Rank, now he's with PBC. And he's like making these changes and he's making himself noticeable. He's a cool guy. I have a video of him, his son, and my son doing like Fortnite dances together. But he has a better chance than Breazeale. It's gonna be a more interesting fight. So that's the only thing I have to say on that.
I like the fight.
It's like the best fight.
As a last minute,
as the last minute. Yeah, cool. Who else are they gonna have? Also, Ruiz is fresh off people's minds.
Yeah.
He's fresh off people's minds. He just fought not that long ago, and ever since he came back from his little layoff, he came back on the Scott Quick versus Valdez fight, and he knocked the guy in 30 seconds. And then after that, he's just been looking pretty good, and he's been, he's looking good. He's fresh off people's minds. It's the best fight to make in such short notice, like Gio said. Like, what else are you gonna do to salvage a U.S. debut?
I mean, yeah. We're not gonna say that he's gonna win because.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, it
should be competitive. Right?
It should.
You know what pissed me off that King Kong didn't take it because he said about money, and I'm like, bro, you are old.
Yeah.
Who else are you gonna make? First of all, who else are you gonna make this money against? 2, you're old. 3, you've been begging for this fight. You want, when you first signed with Eddie Hearn and you were promised this fight and you were pissed that it never worked out. Now you got it and you turn it down. It only leads me, I hate to be like you said, the conspiracy boxing fans, but it leads me to believe that he's fucking on something, because why else would you not take a fight? I have a feeling he's cycling off of something. Why else would you not take this fight?
So you don't believe the mismanagement sort of thing that he came
No,
out and said?
I don't, because
that it was a bad play by his promoter and his manager, or
No,
not his manager, his promoter.
also what I've been hearing is that it's because he was promised a rematch with Wilder. But it's like, that's not gonna happen either. How long was Breazeale a mandatory for Wilder? And it never happened until now that the Fury fight fell
Not
out.
even.
He does not give a fuck about his mandatories. He does not give a fuck
Dylan
about
White
his
has been the mandatory for 3 years now,
That's
longer
why.
than Dominic Breazeale.
Exactly.
He's been waiting
And
longer.
That's what I'm fucking saying. You think you think Wilder gives a fuck about his mandatories, or he gives a fuck about people mandating rematches on him? He doesn't, because he still wants that AJ fight. So it's like, why are you, if it's true that you're waiting on that rematch, that doesn't make sense either. That's a promised thing. This is a fucking deal that they're giving you right now to sign.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like? There's this sort of theory or these comments that always come out every time one of these fights doesn't get made that says that one fighter is scared of another.
Oh, I hate that shit.
Do you guys ever believe that? I don't
fucking
ever
hate
believe that. Like, people will say, like, oh,
They're
he's scared.
boxers.
He's
What are they
scared
gonna
of
be scared
Anthony
of?
Joshua. He's scared of Deontay Wilder. Like, none of these have you seen these men? They're not scared of it.
They're not. Like, I don't think you
They're
go
not
into
scared of Anthony
boxing if you're
Joshua.
scared. If you're
They're not scared of Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua is not scared of them, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
However, though, I will say this. With Kell Brook and Amir Khan, I don't think they're scared. I don't think Amir Khan is scared of Kell Brook. I don't think, the thing I see there is he doesn't want to have a loss by Kell Brook.
Yeah.
Like,
That
it's
may be
different.
true.
So
Like,
prideful.
he's like,
That's what I
they're
said
so
about,
spiteful against each other that they would hate to have a loss, to have lost to the other.
That's what
Does
I
that
said
make
about
sense?
Rios.
So it's not like
and,
they're scared. They're
Ortiz.
just
Brandon Rios and Ortiz.
there you
That's
go.
what I
That's
said.
another
Yeah.
perfect example.
Yeah.
They're not scared of each other, but they don't want to have that sting for the rest of their lives that they lost to that motherfucker that they
Yeah,
hate.
and that's going to define their career.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
define their career.
But they're definitely not afraid
But
of
they're
each
not
other.
scared. Like, physically, they're not scared. They're scared of
No.
losing to certain people.
Brandon and Ortiz probably fought a couple times, so like in the alley and shit, like outside,
At
outside
their
the
bar
gym.
where
like,
they saw each other.